Bwong. Here's one for you. Hold on, see if I remember this. Fuck.
And we're flagged. And we're flagged.
And we just got big in the rape community.
Gonna make you squeal like a pig. By the way, we're live.
Oh, cool. Think I give a fuck? I will play guitar badly on air.
Donate. Tell us what you want them to play.
No The Darkness, no Led Zeppelin.
No Stairway. Denied.
Bogus.
Sorry, that was too easy not to say.
I was thinking more of like the Immigrant Song.
Oh, God.
I did that shit on bass once, and you know what I learned? They definitely sold their soul to Satan.
This is, yeah.
You need like fucking 7 fingers to play that shit on a bass.
This is why Ozzy smoked a lot of weed.
I wish I still had my bass, because I would definitely be sitting here playing fucking the bass line to Crazy Train.
All right, we ready? What the fuck, Shannon? Oh, Jesus Christ! Someone made a toy version of Shannon Sharp, and it comes with a white girl on a cassette tape. Just like Paul Heyman.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'm ready. Let's go.
Yep, in 3, 2, 1. Oh, I thought you were going to play it. Said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Penny Window on the Nerdport Network. I'm your host, F. and Ronnie, and with me, as always,
Tonight, you can call me Music Man.
the Strumcock.
The Strumcock. I like it. Why does it sound dirty?
Because it is.
Got it. I was just sure, man. That's what I'm here for.
Oh, God. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to the show, welcome. What is wrong with you? But if you are new, welcome to the show where we dive into the good, the bad, and the what the fuck was that? The wide world of sports and sports betting. But today is a little bit different. We will dive into the world of entertainment and WrestleMania from the holy batshit crazy that has been the week.
I have a guitar in my hands because I'm already high as fuck. Let's do this.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Let's dive into that. Christian will be joining us for some draft talk. This will not be a long show, but it will be a fun show. It will be a train wreck, so let's get going. So, WrestleMania 41 happened in Las Vegas.
It was so fucking good.
Just like butter on a Pop-Tart?
Oh, man. It was like fucking... It was like frosting on titties. Like it was a special occasion.
Oh, I mean, when you have 15 fucking weeks of too much wrestling. There was almost too much wrestling that week. It's just... No.
Nope.
I don't know about that, dude, because... Think about it. That whole show, that whole weekend had some of the best yet awful wrestling of all time.
I'll agree with that.
Joey Janela's Spring Break, where Sabu wrestled Joey Janela in a hardcore deathmatch retirement match.
Yeah, that was stupid.
Brody Lee Jr. wins the Clusterfuck Royal Rumble.
How old is that kid now?
16, I think. I don't think he's 18. He's nowhere near 18 yet.
16's pretty close.
Depends on who you ask in the world of wrestling.
Well, we'll just go by Savage standards.
Yeah. Oh, brother. You had... Okay, so there's a show that goes on Saturday afternoon before NXT. And it's Effie's Big Gay Brunch.
Okay.
Do you know about this show?
Yes.
What are your thoughts about it?
Just got done playing Coldplay and my fucking hand hurts.
Oh, pay attention first, because this is actually something I want to talk about, because...
I'm paying attention. Look, if you can't listen to... Oh, fuck, what's the name of that song? I'm so high right now.
Yeah, that.
Anyway, it's the one that's not yellow. Vida La Viva. That's it. Viva La Vida. Okay, yes. I've heard about the show.
Viva Viagra.
Yeah, Viva fucking Smiling Bob. I mean, it's whatever.
I don't mind the concept of it. What I don't like is, and this is going to sound wrong, it really feels like this is the fourth show that's been done during WrestleMania weekend.
Okay.
It feels like it's just shoved in your face.
Well, I mean, it probably is for the most part.
So if anyone doesn't know what Effie's Big Gay Lunch is, or Brunch is, it is a wrestling show where everyone on the card is part of the Alphabet Soup community. It's part of the LGBT community. So, like, they had Abaddon versus Sonny Kiss.
I would watch that.
Yeah, like, there are some good matches, like, wrestling-wise, it's fucking great. The concept, though, is just... I think on one hand it's good, but at the other hand, I think it's going a little too far. Because now it's normalized. Before it was kind of like edgy. Now it's normalized, so do you really have to do it?
Right.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, it's too out there in your face.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind it. Like, so cool. Like, I think some of the people on there are some of the best wrestlers out there.
Right. I mean, what were some other ones on there?
I'm gonna pull up the card. So you had Eric Roken versus Rico Gonzalez. Paro versus Brick Savage versus Max the Impaler versus Zico. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Kid Bandit.
Okay.
Clusterfuck match. Abaddon versus Sonny Kiss and Effie versus Dark Sheik. It wasn't a big show. It was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches. Bloodsport, though, fucking killed it.
Well, yeah, it's because that's something that people actually want to see.
Yeah, and then the ID tournament GCW did too.
Okay.
which was whoever they did the opening rounds. The winner of this will get the WWE ID championship,
Okay.
which is going to be like an NWA style title, which will be on any independent show. It'll be up for any independent show.
Okay.
If someone that does not have a WWE ID contract wins the title, they automatically get a contract to WWE.
Okay, that's cool.
So it's something different.
That is definitely different.
And it like Izzy is on that. Kylie Ray was on there.
Oh, Smiley Kylie?
Yep. Sam Holloway was on there. Cartwheel was on there. So, like, they actually had some good matches. Like, GCW cleaned up. They really did.
Yeah.
I would have rather seen that as part of the collective than Effie's Big Gay Brunch. Like Joey Janela's Spring Break, that's Joey Janela. That no shit. That's just gonna happen.
Right.
Defy worked that the collective. WrestleCon had their own show. Barnett did Bloodsport. Progress was there, which your new Progress champion is oh god damn it! It's a former actor. Guy that played Harley Race in Iron Claw. God, why am I spacing on his name? It'll come to me. Then you had like Tokyo. You had all Japanese shows on Friday, and then Saturday you had DDT, Joey Janela's Clusterfuck, and Effie's Big Gay Brunch. This is interesting, though. On the 16th of last week,
Okay.
a company has officially come back that was dead for a good 5-6 years.
Okay, hit me.
Dragon Gate USA.
I can dig it.
It had a rebirth show on the 16th, and apparently it's back. It's another company. Good. I like it. But, alright. While we have the time, let's get into the meat and potatoes of it, of WrestleMania.
All right, let's do it.
Night one, we were pretty much right on with how this card was getting booked, just not the spots. Jay beat Gunther by submission. That was your opener.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
We both knew Jay was probably going to win.
Absolutely.
I think the bigger shock was he made Gunther tap out.
Which, okay, so I've seen a lot of people bitching about that. And here's the thing. Go back through Gunther's career, okay?
All 3 losses.
No, I'm not talking about his WWE career.
Okay.
I'm talking about go back through his entire wrestling career.
Okay.
Anytime he's locked in a submission and he can't get away from it, he taps out. It's canon for his character. It's canon for the gimmick. Go back and watch. Anytime he's locked in a submission near the center of the ring or pulled back from the ropes, he immediately taps out. He's a turtle.
Makes sense.
It's canon for the character. People are getting over him doing something he's always fucking done.
Right.
Like, what's next? You motherfuckers gonna get pissed stone cold for, fucking
Crushing an ATV. But I think that was the bigger shock that Gunther tapped. But still, Jay beat Gunther. Cool. Like that. Let's see what's next. The New Day beat War Raiders.
Called it.
Yep. Jade beat Naomi. We knew that was coming. Jacob Fatu beat LA Knight. We saw that coming.
Was it nipple shields?
Oh, bro.
We learned that at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, good for her. That was smart. That was smart.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Because even though it happened, nobody saw anything. She's not giving anything to the fucking thirsty-ass, desperate fucking basement dwellers, fucking jerking off into the sleeve of their favorite jacket while their mom changes their sheets.
Going, I need a hat packet!
Ma'am, hat packet!
Ma'am, hat packet!
Neckbeard mother. These are like the same thirsty-ass motherfuckers that see like I've been seeing this a lot, an ad on Facebook for like a dating app, and like they're hitting on the picture. I'm just like, you thirsty ass motherfuckers, it's a fucking ad for an app, and you all dipshits are hitting on a picture. Like,
I don't need it.
What?
I don't need it.
Like what? Finally go to the store so you can fucking jerk off to fucking major boobage.
It's like the SpongeBob meme. I don't need it. I need it.
Let me just say this. How fucking pathetic and desperate are you that you see a picture of a girl on the internet and you immediately start hitting on it without knowing if it's a person or an ad? And if you're one of them motherfuckers that like hits on an ad, I guarantee you drink your own semen.
And there we go.
Sorry, I got off on a tangent, but I've been noticing that lately. Thirsty ass motherfuckers. And these are the same thirsty ass motherfuckers that like
would jerk off the Gadget from Rescue Rangers.
Fucking, Liv Morgan's bottoms got pulled to the side. Oh no, you saw her nude colored fucking bottoms because she's wearing full tights under her ring gear. You guys don't get to see shit.
You want to see something? Go watch Paige's old videos, because God forbid that's 10 years old. You still think it's new.
Who was it? Blair Davenport. I think she was the only one that didn't follow the WWE rule and wear a pair of nude colored full length like stocking tights. And what happened? She flashed her pussy to the entire crowd on TV. Like 3 times. See, that doesn't happen on the main roster because they're told, here's a pair of nude tights or nude leggings in your fucking color. Put them on under your gear. You thirsty pieces of shit. Y'all are fucking jerking off to underwear like you're fucking prepubescent boys going through fucking your first hard on.
Ah, damn it! You had the perfect setup there. I thought you were gonna go with it. They're like the fucking asshole prepubescent teens that flip through the Sears catalog to go to the fucking underwear section.
Oh, yeah. And then the dad comes in later and he's like, I was looking through the Sears catalog and I couldn't get these pages unstuck. Like there's some sort of natural adhesive between them.
By the way, how bad did I just date myself?
Not as bad as saying like National Geographic.
Shit, yeah, Africa edition. The
Thor
Swahili,
doesn't,
the Swahili edition.
Thor doesn't like that.
And for anyone that's under the age of 20, the Sears catalog was what we used to get when we wanted Christmas shopping.
Yeah. And then we hit puberty and realized that there was no Christmas shopping. There was a lingerie section.
Yeah, and swimsuits.
Yeah, I was a bigger fan of the lingerie section.
I'm just saying, you got what you got what you can get. Jacob Fatu beat LA Knight. Nope.
I knew it.
Yep. Oh, we all did. Jacob was not fucking losing to LA Knight.
I even called his entrance. I was like, Jacob Fatu, but he's an actual werewolf.
So apparently the mask that he had was made by the same guy that made Braze.
I'm not surprised.
El Grande Americano beat Rey Fenix because Rey Mysterio was injured.
Yeah. That was actually a decent match.
Yeah.
That
Best.
was the closest WWE's ever got to like a straight up lucha match.
By the way, best fucking entrance ever.
Oh, the mariachi?
Yeah, the mariachi.
The mariachi.
Tiffany Stratton beat Charlotte Ric Flair Jr.
Dude, that was a fucking legitimate fight.
Yeah.
See oral surgery the next morning.
Yeah. Yeah, the badass Barbie beat Ric Flair Jr.
To repair 3 broke ass teeth.
Yep. And then CrossFit Jesus beat No Sleep Phil and beat the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns.
With the triple cross.
With the triple cross, which now we have a new dangerous alliance, it looks like. Don't know if they're going to call it that, but fuck it, we'll go with it.
That's the group for Rhea Ripley.
Yeah. By the way, Seth Rollins literally being Jesus before Easter. CrossFit Jesus. Night 1 was a fun show.
It was.
Night 2.
Night 2 was it was all right.
A lot of shorter matches. So, I mean, open up night 2. Io becomes the first Asian person of Asian descent to win a match at WrestleMania since Taka Michinoku at WrestleMania 15. She's the first ever of Asian descent to win a single style match, though, ever.
Yes.
Because Taka won in a triple threat, six-person tag with the Headbangers. Yes, the Headbangers are awesome, Thor. We know.
He agrees.
Yes. Damian Priest loses to Drew McIntyre in a Sin City street fight. Kind of disappointed in this. You couldn't have done certain things that were Vegas related.
I mean, it's already a gimmick match. You don't want to make it too fucking gimmick. Pull the crowd out of it. Like, oh, it's a showgirl match. Now, come on, dude.
No, that only works if William Regals is in it.
Look, it was a street fight. We don't need casino shit in there. This isn't a...
No, they would have done it better.
No, they wouldn't have.
Or at least they should have just said fuck it and then just did it and then all of a sudden just be like, oh, what? I'm better than this and threw it away.
Because like, that's like cheap ass gimmicky shit that AEW does. Like, huh? We're in a casino. It's called All In. Our stage is made of poker chips. We're so clever.
Well, they kind of already did all the tongue-in-cheek shit because talking about surprises all night. The biggest surprise in a match. The Fatal 4-Way. Dominic Mysterio is your new Intercontinental Champion.
One of the best matches of the night because no matter where they went, they were making the right choice.
And personally, I love the fact that they pulled the trigger on Dom.
They need to see what he can do.
Dirty Dom getting that. Now, what happens? Because he pinned Finn. So what happens with Finn Balor and all that? It's kind of already been teased because JD McDonough came back last night or on Monday. So, when do we see Finn get kicked out?
Within the next month.
Yeah. Or right before Backlash to make that match. Randy Orton beats Joe Hendry with an RKO.
Everybody's bitching about that match because it was short. And even Joe Hendry himself has come out and said, it's not a bad thing to take an RKO and lose to a legend like Randy Orton at WrestleMania.
By the way, Joe still has an injury.
It doesn't matter though, dude, because like...
No. I'm saying but I'm also saying it makes sense. The minute he got RKO'd, I go, perfect. You get the entrance. The entrance is what gets him over for everything. He gets RKO'd and doesn't have to wrestle and still has a WrestleMania moment.
That's it, dude. He got it. Not just that. At the WrestleMania store on night 2.
Oh,
people were freaking out.
Yeah.
People were freaking out because they were seeing the say his name and he appears Joe Hendry WrestleMania shirt and they're like, what, is this because of the cross promotion for TNA? Like, dude, Joe Hendry has got one over anybody that currently works for TNA.
Well, the greatest thing ever is, did you see what happened last night at NXT?
No, he's got one over literally anybody in pro wrestling right now because as the TNA World Heavyweight Champion, he appeared on WrestleMania with a full entrance and wrestled a certified legend. That's a fucking win.
Well, let me ask you something. And I'm going to say this.
Done that.
Let me ask you something. Has any other world champion and I'm even talking NWA because they had a working relationship with WWE, been on a Big Four pay-per-view?
No. Except for that 1 year.
Was Flair the NWA champion when he wrestled the World Heavyweight?
Oh, he was the WCW champion.
He was, okay. So, that's the only thing that would come close, but that wasn't even a Big Four. That wasn't a Rumble, that wasn't Survivor Series, that wasn't SummerSlam, that wasn't Mania, that was just a regular pay-per-view.
He came out in the 92 Rumble with the WCW big gold around his waist.
No, I'm talking about, there was a match where it was NWA World Title versus the WWF title. And Ric Flair wrestled on a WWE show as the NWA champion. I don't remember where that was. Here we go. It was against Bob Backlund, 82. It was Georgia Championship Wrestling. So it wasn't even WWE. So it was WCW. Before WCW. So July 4th, 1982. I was going to say, that is the only match, but that wasn't even a WWF match. That wasn't on a WWF. That was a WCW pay-per-view. God, I am really fucking dating myself today. Talking about Sears catalogs and matches that I wasn't even born when this happened.
All right, here's how we throw them for a loop. Let's talk about the classic between fucking George Hackenschmidt and Lou Thesz.
It's a little too rich for my blood, brother.
All right, well, what about like Nature Boy Buddy Rogers?
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's rolling in his grave now because of fucking Flair.
Ooh.
But the greatest thing is, did you see NXT last night?
No, you know I don't watch NXT.
So Joe showed up. Hendry showed up. And
Okay.
Trick Williams goes, "You lost at WrestleMania." He goes, "But I was on WrestleMania. You were sitting in catering." I'm like, yeah, he got him there. All right. Logan Paul defeated Pert Plus.
Which was bullshit.
Yeah. What does that do with Karrion Kross now?
I don't know, but it's an interesting angle.
Well, especially after he did a work shoot on with Sam Roberts the other day, saying what does being a gold soldier get you?
Get your time cut.
Yep. And pretty much told the boys in the back to go fuck themselves.
Look, I love that Triple H has given these guys the freedom to do this stuff with their characters.
Yeah. But now that's the thing. He's now calling himself Killer Kross. So where does Killer Kross go from here?
Think about this, okay? When would Vince McMahon let one of his employees talk about the product like that for the sake of an angle?
Oh, he hasn't. The last person that did that went off script, and that was The Miz. That was the last person that went off script in any way, and that was not to bash the product. That was The Miz on Talking Smack. That was the last person that I can remember doing that.
Right. Like, that's not something that Vince lets happen very often.
No, and that was organic by The Miz. That wasn't something that was planned. That was organic. All right. Lyra Valkyrian and Becky Lynch defeated Liv Morgan and Raquel, and then gave the titles right back on Raw. They gave Lyra the Zack Ryder treatment.
Yep.
Let her have her pop. Becky Lynch doesn't lose at WrestleMania, and give the title right back.
Yeah, she got fucked.
Yeah. And then the biggest match that we saw the fucking win happening a mile away. John, I have now won 17 world titles. Cena defeating Cody Rhodes.
That match was solid.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Cena Cody Rhodes match. It's a Cena match.
Storytelling.
Yeah. Now, I will say this. There's one thing I have an issue with. Is that they had Travis Scott come out as the distraction and not really not like The Rock or somebody else.
Does it need to be The Rock? It needed to be Travis Scott. What set off the biggest controversy of the angle?
Yeah, but I think the way Travis Scott came out was, I'm sorry, I hate we're gonna play your music when we come out. Like no, stop.
Right.
Like, stop playing the fucking music when they're coming out.
It all makes sense though, man.
I mean, I was happy to see him get hit with a fucking crossroad.
Yeah.
I will say that. I was happy to see him get whacked with the crossroads.
Oh, I was stoked to see him get fucking wrecked with that crossroads.
But overall, WrestleMania?
A plus.
Yeah, especially night one. Night one.
Yeah.
Night one was the better nights. There were better moments in night two, but overall, when you're talking wrestling, night one was better.
Sorry, that dog's got the zoomies. I know it sounds like a small horse running through the house. Yeah, you, small horse.
All right. Well, we do have a bit of sad news that happened about an hour ago. So breaking news-ish. Steve Mongo McMichaels has officially passed away at 67 after his battle with ALS.
Dude, he died 4 hours after they fucking put him on hospital. That's how quick it happens.
Yeah. Mongo, to the older generation, knows him as one of the better linebackers in the NFL with the Bears, but to guys like
as one of the horsemen, baby.
Yeah, but that's the thing. And to me and Ryan, fuck that shit. Here comes Mongo. We
Fucking
know him.
horseman.
Yeah.
Daddy.
We know him as WCW wrestler Steve Mongo McMichaels.
Yeah.
4 Horsemen, shitty commentary with a goddamn chihuahua.
Hot ass wife and Deborah McMichael.
Who then dumped him to go to Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Who beat the shit out of her.
Hey, listen, she's loaded with the divorce money.
I bet you she didn't fuck up that sandwich again.
No, because then she divorced him and went to Jeff Jarrett.
Did you really?
For like 2 years.
Well, all right, slap nuts. I mean, I don't think anything's worse than fucking Karen Angle leaving Kurt for Jeff.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
And they let that shit play out on TV.
Yeah, I felt bad for Kurt on that one.
I felt bad for Kurt too.
Just like Kurt Angle's alcohol addiction. Wait, what?
Hey, it's peak Angle now, sir. Peak Angle.
Oh, but Samoa Joe still had a chance to make fun of it.
Because it's Samoa Joe. Speaking of Samoa Joe, since there really isn't a lot of fucking sports news, I'm sorry to veer off here. I saw the official trailer for Twisted Metal Season 2.
Yeah.
And holy shit, dude, I'm gonna.
Right? Oh, what the hell? I think we lost Ryan. What the? What? Okay, what the fuck just. I think we've had a bad connection. All right, let's see if we can get Ryan back on and figure out what the fuck is going on. Okay. No, it was actually on my end. Go figure. All right, bear with me, people. We're bringing him back on. Hopefully, unless Skype decides to be normal and not freaking cut out. Okay. Okay. All right. While we wait for them, let's bring up. Oh, here we go. Who we got?
What just happened there?
I don't know. What happened?
No fucking clue.
All right. What were you saying?
Oh, that they let that shit play out, like on TV.
Yeah.
Oh, and then Twisted Metal 2 is going to give me video game flashbacks.
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking nuts. And hello, Christian.
Wait.
Oh. Christian's frozen in. It's got the best photo right now of him.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and screenshot that?
And he's back.
I'm gonna need my intro again.
Hello, Christian.
That's what I thought.
Oh, sorry. You gave me a good screenshot for a second.
Oh, okay. Screenshot that.
Gladly. That'll be the promo picture. We were just talking about Mongo passing away.
Yeah. I'm just so happy he's free of pain because he was not looking good. I think the last time I saw him was last year at in his bed at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I mean, he was so well liked. Having lived out there, he had a restaurant out there in a town called Romeoville called Mongo's. I've eaten there. Food was pretty good. I always say every great defense, they have one of two things. One of three things. They have a disruptor on the defensive line. They have that linebacker who is the quarterback of the defense, and they have guys in the secondary. And when the front seven is working in symmetry, as many of these great defenses are known to do, that allows the secondary and that allows the secondary and sometimes the linebackers to naturally make plays and roam around to the football. And Mongo did all the dirty work for those Bears teams. He was the guy. He could get to the quarterback. At that time and during that day and age, a lot of guys weren't rushing the passer from the interior of the defensive line. But I'm glad he was able to see himself get inducted into the Hall of Fame. I think I say it on behalf of all of us. Your thoughts go out to his wife, all his teammates, those who loved him. He was a larger than life personality, and the city of Chicago really embraced him, and he is going to be missed.
Oh yeah, well we were saying before that we know, unfortunately, we didn't get to watch him play, but we know him as a pro wrestler.
Mongo.
Yeah,
Mhm.
fucking Mongo. Like we know him as one of the most outlandish, worst wrestlers of pretty much
Yeah.
all time.
Yeah, definitely.
But there is one thing. So going into baseball news, there is one thing I want to talk about, and yes, I will say it's gonna sound a little homerish because
Then don't say it.
well, no, but I want to preference this. It is about the Mets. I want to preference this right now before anyone gives me shit. Yes, I'm a Met fan, but I actually want to. What I have to say is actually topical.
Wait, say that one more time.
What? Yes, I'm a Met fan.
I heard something about sucking dicks.
Oh no, that was you getting swept 4 games by the Mets.
Got to give the Special Olympic team something.
Well, they're the best with the first 20 fucking 5 games. They're the best team in baseball right now.
Yeah, it's okay. Ryan, remember the Derek Jeter quote.
Oh,
Yep.
listen.
They're just the Mets.
It's early. It's very early. But
Yeah, I didn't know titles were won in April.
they aren't. But let me finish in what I'm gonna say.
Then we'll make fun of you.
Everyone talks about this on the radio and stuff like that. They've been talking about this Mets pitching lab, where the Mets have literally been taking the island of misfit toys of pitchers and making them respectable starters.
That's what St. Louis does.
What the hell are the Mets gonna do when these so-called blue chip prospects that they have coming up get into this lab? Because there are apparently 3 guys in the minor leagues that are like top blue chip, like first round draft picks for them that are going to be aces. And Ryan, to answer your question, they haven't done that in like 5 years. The Cardinals.
What?
Take just the bottom of the barrel pitchers and make them respectable.
Well, we also had a much better team 5 years ago.
That's true too. But the Mets are taking guys like Canning. They took Sevy last year, and then he got paid by Oakland or Sacramento, and well, he's not really having that great of a year right now.
Oh, hey, hold on a second. I want to bring up something from last week.
What's that?
Who's right?
What? You cut out there. I didn't hear what you said.
Who was right
About
Vladdy?
We talked about that.
I just want to hear it again. Who was right?
Ryan was.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and I even said when he signed that contract, I guess he likes money more than winning. Because the Blue Jays aren't going to do shit.
No, the Blue Jays aren't going to do shit. But remember, the whole argument was
he wanted to win. We all thought he wanted to win chips. Well, okay. then he got paid. Good for him. He got paid.
No,
But
no. What was the bold claim made on this show?
listen. I even said it. If he was gonna want the most money, he was gonna be a Met. But that's the thing. That's because the Mets could offer him the most if he hit free agency.
That's correct, but John.
Wow, look who you're talking about there.
I love you, John. I know you're going to listen in. I'm giving you shit over this. There was that whole argument where he supposedly said that he wanted to play for the Mets.
Oh, he said he wanted to play in New York, and he said he never wanted to. He said he wanted to play in New York, and he never wanted to be a Yankee. So.
No. He said he liked beating Yankees. That's all he said.
Right, but he also said that he wanted to play in New York, not that he wanted to be a Met. I'm just.
No. All he said was he liked beating Yankees. Never once said anything about wanting to play for New York. That he liked beating Yankees. That was it. But I had said very clearly he was going to stay a Blue Jay. What did he do?
Yeah, and in all honesty, that's a bad contract for Toronto too.
Doesn't matter. They've got star power.
They have nothing else around them.
Doesn't matter. They've got star power. They'll sell tickets on his name alone.
I don't know about that. They'll sell tickets when they're out of Toronto.
They'll sell tickets on his name alone. I'm not saying they're going to sell a ton of tickets, but they'll have a steady stream of tickets strictly from his fan base.
Yeah, because that 500 record right now is really selling a lot of tickets.
Doesn't matter, dude. People are still going to buy tickets to see him fucking play. They could fucking have a 250 average. People are still going to buy tickets to see him at bat.
Vladdy's not Shohei.
His name value is.
No, his name value is because of his daddy.
Doesn't matter. His name value is. That's why he got all that money.
Yeah, but no, here's the thing. He got all that money for what he did 3 years ago, almost getting the Triple Crown. Or was it 2 years ago? It was something like that. Or no, it was 3. But Shohei won it that year. He got it because he had really 2 great years, and he got paid.
And now he's getting paid for the recognition of his name.
Listen, I can't say shit. Soto's getting paid like $75 million a year,
and he fucking sucks this year.
Yeah, he's not off to a great start. He's pulling Lindor right now.
Nah, see, Ryan. Look, I may sound like a hater or anything, but listen, he's making all that money to suck. Really?
Unfortunate.
Listen. At least he's not an umpire missing Judge's fucking home runs.
At least Judge is hitting home runs.
Yeah, and Lindor's doing it too.
Motherfucker.
Look, I'm going to say this, and this is going to be considered a hot take, but the selling tickets off his name value alone, it was the same thing with Yachty's last season. It was the same thing with Yachty's last season, dude. A lot of those tickets were sold off of his name value alone because, let's be honest, Yachty gave his best years to baseball, and he was losing a step.
But that's also a retirement thing.
Yeah, he knew that he was losing a step, and he retired.
Yeah, but that's the same thing. You can see the same thing with the Yankees with Mo.
His last season was a name value, was a fucking value thing.
Yeah, like if it's the last year, I fully respect that. But I'm saying as though that's
the last 2 years.
Yeah, his last season. But Vladdy is still
No, his last 2 years.
last 2. Okay, fair. But you get my point though. Like the difference is one is going on from the end of his career, where Vladdy has nothing around him. Okay, yeah, he's the star, but what's the person protecting him? Bo Bichette?
It's baseball. He doesn't need anybody fucking protecting him.
No, you need somebody to, because they can just walk him. I'll give a great example. Look at Barry Bonds. Unless there was somebody on base, there was nobody on base. Barry Bonds had no protection behind him and got walked every time. Same with McGwire, same with Sosa. There was nobody protecting him. We'll flip it to last year. Look at what happened with Aaron Judge. If you had to pitch to Soto, because if you walk Soto, you got the Judge, and then Judge was protected by Glass Carlo, because even though he was not what he was when he was coming out of Miami, Giancarlo still could bash the living shit out of the ball. You couldn't walk Judge to get to him because you're still worried about him going deep. You had to pitch to Judge because Judge was protected. I mean, Christian, am I wrong there?
No, you're not wrong.
Yeah. It all depends on how the batting order is, and it's all protection. It's who gets what. It's who gets where, and who's where in the lineup, and who's the hottest. Like, that was the one thing. If Bonds had another star that could be behind him, oh God, Bonds would get fucking fed. Or Bonds would get walked to get RBIs. They would give up 1 run, then 4.
God, I'd love to see Barry Bonds in today's MLB.
Oh.
He'd be the best player in baseball.
So Bonds was on, I forget the podcast he was on, and someone said, guy on the mound right now, 104 miles an hour, could you hit him? He goes, how many pitches do I get? He goes, the guy goes, 15. You get your 4 at bats. He goes, I'll go 3 for 4.
Yeah, he would.
Easily.
Look, Barry Bonds might be the best player I've seen with my own 2 eyes.
But like the fact that Bonds goes, I'll not put the ball in play probably the first time, but then I'll take him yard at least once put bat on the ball 3 out of the 4.
Yeah.
Like the fact that in Bonds, he goes, doesn't matter. All I got to do is get the bat out there and the ball will do the rest. He goes, it doesn't matter. 104 miles an hour. If I actually got wood on that ball's gone. And that's the thing. And everyone's like, oh, well, the steroids, this. I go, the reason Bonds was great was because he was fundamentally sound.
Wood.
What?
You said wood.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You kind of glossed over that one. Shit. All right there, butthead.
Hey,
But no, the reason Bonds was great was because he was a fundamental baseball player. Oh, well, he had all these steroids. He was hitting these balls a mile away. No, listen, he had power when he needed to, but he was also a fucking slap hitter when he needed to be too. It also happened that when he hit the ball as a slap hitter, went 350 feet. Pete Rose said it best. Bonds if you took away all the home runs Bonds hit in during his steroid era, he'd still be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'll say the same thing. Same with A-Rod. You take away all of his home runs from his steroid days, A-Rod's still a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you one person that's not a Hall of Famer during, even if you take away his steroid days, and that's Sosa. I know that's a hot take right there to some people. Sosa's not a Hall of Famer. I think as much as Ryan doesn't like him, I think McGwire is.
Kiss my ass.
Fuck Mark.
I know. I said unlike Ryan, knowing that he doesn't like him, but I think McGwire is a Hall of Famer.
No, he is not a fucking Hall of Famer.
Nah, I'm kind of with Ryan.
All right, why? Why do you not think he's a Hall of Famer?
He was a mediocre fucking fielder. And until he roided out and went on his fucking run, he was a mediocre batter.
His biggest time at bats, other than the 70s, was when he was in Oakland.
All right, he comes to St. Louis. He finds some fucking juice that they haven't banned yet. He fucking bulks up, and he steals a legitimate record. Then waits fucking 20 years. Then waits 20 fucking years to come out and say, "Hey, guys." Well, it was more like 15 years. But, hey, I was on steroids.
It was the Balco case. It was the Balco Congress.
But he's like, "Hey, I steroids whenever I broke that record," and they don't take the fucking record.
Oh, that you can blame Manfred. That is where you can legitimately blame Manfred.
I blame fucking McGwire for putting him in that situation by fucking juicing and stealing that record. Fuck Mark McGwire.
Oh, when that record was there, Manfred was it Manfred or was it Selig? Ryan or Christian?
Wait, what?
Manfred wasn't in yet during the 90s, right? It was still Bud, right?
Really? That was still Bud.
It was still Bud. So Bud put him in that situation, not Manfred. But Manfred should have taken the record away.
No.
Or at least... No, dude. Here's the thing. The thing that no one talks about, and this is where the biggest issue is, the baseball at the time was dead. After the strike, baseball was dead. Bud needed a way to find people from getting there, and was given a gift of McGwire and Sosa in '98, to where whatever they were doing, he just didn't care if baseball was popular. That was what sucked. Granted, at that time you still had one of the greatest hitters of all time in Tony Gwynn. But
look, all I'm saying is Mark McGwire can take his fucking steroids and go be a fucking nurse, bud.
Ryan's coming in hot today.
Oh, he's been playing guitar and smoking weed, so.
Yeah, you missed it.
Ryan, let me find out you get your Bob Marley on.
Shit, dude, I have to.
How do you think he can deal with John?
Huh?
Like, I straight up said, like, if I got bored, I was gonna fucking light this infused fucking pre-roll blunt and narrate.
Ryan, before you continue, Ronnie, I heard that little smart, clever retort. You ain't shit.
And then I would smoke it and narrate it until I passed out.
There you go.
So yeah. By the way, it's absolutely delicious. It's purple flavored.
Yeah, dude. Oh, you was smoking some perp.
It's some purple.
Okay, okay, killer. I knew you would get that reference.
Look, I had a buddy at work ask me the other day. He's like, "You sure you ain't got like just a little bit in you?" Because he was like,
Nah,
"Okay,
you do.
what's your
Look, man.
favorite one?" Like,
Yo, tell him. Your baby mama black. Your baby mom's is black, and your little brother is black.
That's true. Because he was like, "Well, what's your go-to road trip snack?" And I'm just like, Welch's grape soda and chicken and waffle sandwich.
See, he's stereotyping like a motherfucker. He just had to
I'm
bring
not,
in the grape drink.
I'm not. That's just good. I grew up on Welch's grape soda, and this station down the road's got some fire-ass chicken and waffle sandwich.
Listen. The fact that Ghost, who we want sponsoring us, makes a Welch's grape soda energy drink, and it tastes like Welch's grape.
Look,
It's fucking amazing.
If I'm drinking a soda, it's either grape, strawberry, or orange.
Still trying to figure out about that Sunny D commercial. What the fuck actually was the purple stuff?
It was just purple.
It's just purple.
I'm not gonna say what I want to say.
Say it.
Say it.
Get this nigga.
All right. So let's get to college football real quick and bring up the pretty much the sad news, and that's Lee Corso retiring after 38 years.
I mean, look.
It's about time, but it's now the end of the headgear.
That's all I got to say. It's just like, enjoy your retirement, man. You fucking deserve that shit.
Yeah, I mean, look. He has made the entire landscape that is college football. He made it more entertaining because you could turn to college game day, you knew he'd be on, and you know that you were always looking forward to the headgear. You know, I even remember him being on Sunday NFL Countdown in 2018. It was a big game. The Rams and the Saints. I think the Rams were undefeated at that time, and the Saints were doing really well. And eventually, they ended up meeting in the NFC Championship that year. That was the missed call. Remember that?
Yeah.
And they had Lee Corso on because ESPN did the show in New Orleans, and they had Lee Corso on, and you know they wanted to see who he was gonna pick for his headgear, and I think he ended up picking the Saints. But I mean, the way I look at Lee Corso, he is what Dick Vitale is to college basketball. That's what Lee Corso is to college football.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yes.
they're just what'd you say?
Oh yeah, hands down.
You know, there are just certain guys that you can affiliate with a sport, and Lee Corso to me is, you know, whenever I think of guys who have analyzed our great game that is college football, you know, he's one of the guys that comes to mind. I mean, he was innovative, he was smart, he was entertaining. And I mean, he's still sharp as a whip, but remember, the guy's 90 years old, or he's gonna be 90 years old.
Yeah.
And from what I heard Kirk Herbstreit saying, because you know, he and Kirk Herbstreit's relationship, that's almost like a father and son relationship. I mean, they worked together for how long? 25, 30 years. So of course, there's a chemistry, there's a friendship that's been built. And, you know, I think College Game Day is gonna be just fine because Pat McAfee is a hoot on that show. But you know, I just personally want to thank Lee Corso for everything he's done for the sport because he's made it better, and there's no denying that he is the reason why the sport is what it is and what I think it'll still continue to be. I mean, I think he is a great ambassador for the sport, and I just wish him best in the next chapter. He's earned this retirement, in my opinion.
Yeah, like College Game Day will be fine because they pretty much split Lee Corso into two people, with Saban as the analyst and McAfee as the Joker.
Yeah.
And I mean, let's face it, they've been planning this for 3 years. Actually, probably since COVID, because they hired McAfee.
Yeah.
Like, when they hired McAfee, you kind of had a feeling that, well, okay, when's Lee going to call it? When's Lee going to put it up? When's Lee going to call it quits?
Mm-hmm.
And now the question is, and yes, we are far away from it, where's College Game? So there's only one place I can think College Game Day is going for week 1.
Where?
Ohio State.
Or Miami. Notre Dame and Miami.
Notre Dame, Miami. Yeah. But I'm thinking, like, where is Lee usually known? He's known for Ohio State.
But I think Texas, Ohio State, that's probably going to be a Fox game.
Yeah, but they've done it where they've both been there.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, it's Corso's last show. You gotta think they're going to. They're not gonna shy away from doing an Ohio State game for his last game.
Yeah.
Because you're not gonna go to Clemson.
Who's Clemson playing in week 1?
LSU.
Oh.
Yeah, Texas, Ohio State, 1-2. That usually suits perfect for that.
I think I see the first 3 games of football season. I'm previewing, Ronnie. Oh my!
It's April and Christian's talking college football.
Shut up.
I'll tell you one thing. That Syracuse-Tennessee game is taking a whole new fucking twist now because I'm not a staying is I'm a leaving now.
Nico Iamaleava.
Yep. Nico, get the fuck out of here.
Yep.
I need more money. All right. Go. UCLA gives you less money to go out to California. Congratulations. You played yourself.
Job.
Congratulations. You go from the SEC to the Big Ten. Hope you like the downgrade. And you're in the Pac-12 section of the Big Ten. God, I forgot they fucking hired him too. Fucking California, I forgot Rivera was the fucking head coach. Or he's the GM.
Oh, Ron Rivera?
Yeah, Riverboat Ron.
Interesting.
Oh, what the hell happened now and in the NBA? Judge dismisses lawsuit against Morant over fight during pickup game. What the fuck is he? John Morant needs fucking help. That's for damn sure. Okay, let me see. Mongo. All right. Ryan, is there any other news you want to talk about before we dive into pretty much the meat and potatoes of the draft?
St. Louis needs to get their fucking shit together.
The Cardinals or the Battlehawks?
Of course, Cardinals. The Battlehawks are fucking gems right now. Fucking Cardinals.
Yeah.
Get your shit together. That's all I got.
Okay. So, all right. NFL draft is tomorrow, boys. Let's face it. The first pick is pretty much a dead giveaway.
Right.
Tennessee Titans being on the clock. Cam Ward will be the number 1 pick of the NFL draft. Vegas has him at a minus 500,000. Which means it's going to happen. The draft will not start until round 2.
No, I say the draft starts at, I say pick 5. Because I think the...
All right, who do you have going second then?
Travis Hunter.
Okay. And then 3, you have Abdul Carter.
Abdul Carter, I think, goes 3. I think the draft starts at 4 because the Patriots can go in a plethora of different ways. You could continue to build the trenches on either side of the ball. You can go Will Campbell at LSU, which I think would be a great fit.
He's the favorite right now.
Or you could go Mason Graham from Michigan.
He's at 35-1.
Or I could see the Patriots even trying to take Ashton.
Yeah.
Because look, here's the thing. The Patriots to me had the best offseason out of any team in the league. Right? I mean, they had money and they filled a lot of voids. And you can't sit here and tell me this was the closest thing we've seen to a Belichick, a Belichick type of offseason, because Bill Belichick is a guy that truly pays attention to detail. And you can say the same about Mike Vrabel. You know, I mean, they got a good corner. They got an experienced corner in Carlson Davis, so he's going to play alongside Christian Gonzalez. You got Milton Williams. You just filled a whole bunch of needs in your defense, and you go and get your quarterback, a number 1 wide receiver in Stephon Diggs, who I think is going to be out and be motivated, because there was a lot of hype surrounding him last year in Houston, and it didn't pan out. I just didn't think he was a good fit for them. Now he goes back to the AFC East, a division he's very familiar with, it has experience in, and I just think Mike Vrabel is such a Belichick disciple. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's going to want to run the ball. He's going to want to slow things down, because I truly feel a lot have been placed on the plate of Drake May, and he didn't have a lot to work with in the first place.
No, you're absolutely right. Rye, what do you think? What do you think this draft does not start until we get to New England?
Probably not.
Because, I mean, the first 3 have kind of already been the lock, unless, like, the Giants go Shador all of a sudden. Which, I don't know why you would do that unless you're really just going to get rid of Tommy DeVito.
I mean, look, let's put it like this. Russell Wilson he's a bookmark, right? He's not the long-term solution. Neither is Jameis Winston. I'm going to predict it right now. I could see the Giants trading back into the first round later in the draft and getting a quarterback.
Well, the rumor is if the Giants trade back in, they're looking for Shuck from Louisville.
Okay.
I think that's a mistake.
Yeah, I think it's
So there's two guys that I absolutely love, and I actually would like to see the Jets jump in to get this guy at quarterback as the secondary market for in case what's his name, Fields does not work. That's Jared Milroe. Or, and this is for the Giants, Kyle McCord.
Nah.
Maybe not a first rounder, but he'll be sitting there. He might sit there by the third round, and you can grab him.
True. Or I could just see the Giants really, really sucking this year and being in the sweepstakes for Arch.
Well, that's if he comes out next year.
Right.
He's only a junior next year.
Right.
And who knows if he's even going to be completely ready, because he's only been having... He's never led a full game yet.
Yeah.
So we have to see what he's going to do this year. But, all right, so on to the fifth pick. And, Ryan, I want your opinion on this. So I know you don't know much about it, but Jaguars being on the clock, Vegas has Aston Genty going there, the running back out of Boise State.
I can see that. Or they go Mason Graham.
Yeah, he's there. But my question to you, Ryan, is a team that pretty much needs an offensive line to protect their star fucking quarterback, why would you draft a running back this early? We've seen it with Saquon, where they were running back. They weren't a running back away, but the Giants pretty much lost Barkley for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, what's your opinion, right?
I mean, if they need to protect this star quarterback, like early rounds, yeah, you want to grab something like a halfback, but they really need to focus their later rounds on building that offensive line, especially like a solid center.
Like this season, this draft this year, you're going to see a lot of linemen. This is lineman heavy, both on the defense and offensive side. There's maybe two good quarterbacks in this draft that I think are NFL ready. And that's not the top two. I think that's Jackson Dart and Jalen Milroe.
Right.
I think those are the two quarterbacks that are NFL ready and that'll be NFL sound. Because I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone says. Cam Ward, I watched Cam Ward play in Miami. I don't know what these fucking analysts are seeing, but when Virginia Tech can fucking stomp out Cam Ward and it rattles him throughout the entire game, and then next week they go to Cal and barely scrape by against Cal, this is not a quarterback that's going to be ready to handle this adversity in the NFL. And also the ACC was weak as fucking shit last year. If you told me this when Cam Ward was facing FSU, when Florida State was at the top of their game, I would be like, okay, maybe. He might be something. The ACC sucked this year. Cam Ward is going to be a bigger bust than Ryan Leaf. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Hot take. Deal with it, people.
Yeah, you don't know shit.
I was right about Patrick Mahomes.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, I was.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, yes, I was.
You didn't think Mahomes would be this fucking good.
I said Mahomes was going to be the next star.
I mean, a lot of people said that.
Yeah, when he got in at before his fucking first full year. I did that when he was playing his first 3 games. I said he's the next. He's got it. He's got it. Now, did I call him the mini GOAT? No. No, I was not expecting him to be this good, making $500 million. Yeah. But all right, so right now, then going down, the Raiders are probably. I think the Raiders are going to get Genty.
Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, I think the Raiders are going to get Genty. I know we were supposed to have a interview from WrestleMania from Raider, but
All right, I'm about to call from the tablet. I'll see you in a couple seconds.
all right.
All
I
right.
haven't heard from him. I tried to call him today, but he didn't answer. I think something's going on.
Did Mitch get him?
I think he went to see Mitch.
Oh, then he's gonna die.
He
Mile
might.
High Mitch does not play around.
I just hope that they didn't fly together.
No, that's a John Denver scene right there.
Oh, Rocky Mountain High.
Yeah, he's not. There's no phone calls being made right now from that height. The bathroom there does not have windows or does not have a telephone. No, when you're mile high with Mile High Mitch, no one can hear you scream.
Yeah, he's like the vacuum of space.
Just hear that reigning voice in there. He goes, "If you scream, you will die." Just he's not gonna do it.
He's not gonna do it.
No, don't scream. Just don't scream because you're not gonna like what's gonna happen to you. You're not gonna do it.
We've been spending too much time talking to Mitch.
Oh God, Mitch. Good old Mile High Mitch. Denver proud Mitch.
And dude, 90% of his wardrobe is blue and orange.
Bitch to Mitch. Mitch the bitch.
Fucking Mitchy gets bitchy. Remember how hard he tried whenever Elway retired?
Yeah, but then you see how fucking happy he got when Bo Nix came in. He said it was the next version of John Elway.
Yeah, well, Mitch is kind of dumb.
I mean, we call Mile High Mitch for a reason. He's so retarded it goes to the end of the ruler.
Retardation right there, Mitch.
Mitch needs a helmet everywhere he goes. You know that. He drools too, but
Dude, Mitch has been certified for a hockey helmet and a diaper for a while.
like I understand the helmet, but why do we always have to give Mitch water wings?
Because you never know when Mitch is going to be near water.
Because we also know Mitch likes to order soup.
I mean, I did watch him almost drown in a cup once.
Yeah, like the water wings did not help.
He didn't use them right.
No. Oh, if anyone knows that joke, you're welcome.
Christian, you want to shit all over Mile High Mitch with us?
Who the fuck is Mile High Mitch?
It's Raider Dave's best friend.
Oh.
Or sorry. That's the wrong phrasing saying there. No, that's the person that his enemy, his terrifying enemy.
Look, the way I see it, they're boys, they're friends, they're boyfriends.
Yeah, Mile High Mitch is a little gay there. A little.
I mean, I don't know if Dave's body actually produces testosterone anymore. It might have switched over to estrogen.
Listen, if you don't, Christian, just to give you an example of who Mile High Mitch is, he's a Denver fan that also flies planes. He's a pilot too. So it's not just a play on words.
Did not fly the fucking airplane from the bathroom with the nasty stank from fucking business class.
No, but he does some of his weirdest work from that bathroom.
We know he does. He fucking dive bombs everybody with herpes and syphilis.
Poor Raider Dave. You thought Joanna was angry. No, Mile High Mitch is worse. What?
Wait, hold on. I know someone who wants to talk. Let me just cue up his music.
Oh.
God damn it, that's not it. I don't care about Bumble. Wait.
uh. Oh boy.
Yeah. Hello, everybody.
Oh, former Mr. President.
How we doing, Ryan?
Good. I need you to take care of some tax stuff for me.
We can do that. Let's talk after the show.
Deal.
So the discussion right now is going on is we're talking about
Oh, I can't get a hello?
oh, hello there, Mr. Former President. Or Mr. President.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So yeah, we're talking about
I'm too tired to do this.
kayfabe, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. No, we'll tell you we'll tell you the whole thing off the air. Yeah, just pray for Raider Dave because Mitch might have got a hold of him.
Oh God. Come on, man. Dave was the homie.
Yeah, he might be in a little bit of trouble.
Does Dave owe somebody some money?
Yeah, Mitch. And Mitch only knows one way to pay the rent.
Dave's gonna ride the power of power.
Too sweet to be sour.
Oof. He might be on the show late, but he's sweeter than German chocolate cake.
Listen, he was originally supposed to do an interview with us from Allegiant Stadium, but he realized that he was late for the show and he was watching a John Cena match that never really happened.
He showed up at Allegiant Stadium this morning. WrestleMania was Saturday.
Oh, what the fuck, Dave?
He was so confused, and it turned so quickly to just straight up rage. I'm pretty sure he broke his phone.
Oh, shit.
He might be in jail. There was a security telling him that the show had already passed.
And he's trespassing.
And he's trespassing. I don't know. I didn't hear that part.
I mean,
I heard, get your fucking hands off me, and then the line went dead.
Oh, shit. But the draft, so, all right. So the big question for the draft is where is Shedeur Sanders going to go?
I think he's going to be a Giant.
You think someone trades back up past Pittsburgh to get him?
I could see a scenario where the Giants trade back into the first round.
And give up Carter? I don't know about that.
No, I don't know if they give up Abdul, but I think they would give up maybe a second this year, a few picks next year. I think that's what it would take.
Well, if they trade to get back in, wouldn't you want to be trading past Pittsburgh? Because I think Pittsburgh would be the one that would be getting Shedeur. So you would have to find a way to get back into the top 20. What, Ryan?
Sent it to you.
Oh no. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, you gotta believe.
You will sit in the cuck chair and you will like it.
um, but no, you would think they would probably have to get in by maybe they can get into 15. Because if anything, 9 is going to be where your next quarterback goes. Now, is that Jackson Dart? Is that Shedeur Sanders?
I read the Saints are passing up on Shedeur.
Yeah, I think they would go Jackson Dart.
Yeah, I think so too.
Then after that is you're not going to get a quarterback in Chicago, not going to get a quarterback in San Francisco. Denver, no. Miami, maybe. With how injury prone Tua is, you might see like Tyler Shuck or Shedeur going to Miami. 14 is Indy, no. 15's the Falcons, no. 16 is the Cardinals, maybe. Depending on what their thoughts on their quarterback situation is. 17 is Bengals, no. 18 is Seahawks, no. 19 and 20 is Tampa Bay and Denver. Neither one of them need a quarterback. And then it's Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh likes Shedeur Sanders. So,
yeah, I mean, look, it's draft night. This is where you truly have to expect the unexpected.
yeah. Oh, yeah. And, like, there's apparently, according to people, there's going to be a huge trade in the top 5. Could that be the Giants? It could be. I'll say this: if it's
You know what else I could see happening?
what?
I could see the Chiefs trading up to take Colston Loveland.
Who would they have to trade up to?
Maybe the Rams. Maybe the Chargers. Because maybe even Indianapolis.
They would have to give a lot up to get the 14.
Yeah, they would. Because me personally, I think this might be Travis Kelce's last year in the league. Why not get a guy who could kind of be the understudy? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think you're not wrong, but I also think they could get somebody in the second round.
Or I could see the Chiefs making a move for Kyle Pitts. And I could even see the Chiefs making a potential move for Jameson Williams, because you see the Lions are looking to get rid of him.
That's, you know what? That's interesting. Because they can easily get rid of one of their running backs then to go to Oakland or Vegas. Because they have so many running backs as is. Keep Pacheco and I mean they're looking anyway probably to unload Allaire.
Yeah, because he can't stay healthy.
Right. Maybe he needs a new place to look. Maybe he needs a new venue.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. But I mean, to me, the three best players in this draft are Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, and Ashton Genty.
Yeah. Yep. But Ryan, what about you? Because I know Pittsburgh needs a quarterback. Do you see them drafting like Sanders or?
Let's be honest. No.
So then, who do you want to see? Quarterback wise.
It doesn't matter who I want to see. They're not going to go after a fucking quarterback. They're going to go after something fucking stupid.
Well, Tomlin already said he wants a QB. So you're gonna get your quarterback probably out of this. When is the better question? That is going to be the $1 million question. When are you getting him? But like you said, Christian, it's draft night.
Yeah, I mean, I remember one of my most memorable draft memories was 2007. And there was a rumor, I remember it like it was yesterday. There was a rumor that the Green Bay Packers were in to acquire Randy Moss, right? From the Raiders. And then guess who ends up getting them? New England.
New England, yeah.
And the rest is history.
Yep.
You know, A.J. Brown got traded to the Eagles on draft night. And I think that move paid off very well because, you know, he's made such an impact on Philly. He's had the same impact that Terrell Owens had on them all those years ago.
Listen, it's lying season. How do you know a GM's lying? They open their mouth.
This is true.
But all I gotta say is and just enjoy it. Enjoy the draft.
Yeah, I was actually writing my mock as I was talking to you guys from my desktop. No, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. You know, the quarterback class may not be what it's been in previous years, but you know, just take what you can get. Now, Ronnie, let me ask you.
Okay.
What do you want the Jets to do at 7? Because I have 2 distinct possibilities in my head. I want to hear what you say first.
So let me pull up. So what are they saying that they need? Is the better question. Because I mean, the easy question is they need an offensive line. They need a lineman. That's for damn sure. They need an offensive tackle. So you could go offensive tackle. They're saying D tackle, wide receiver, safety, tight end. So, I mean, tight end. I've been hearing a lot of people say Tyler Warden. Offensive tackle, though, probably be up there, but I would go with. I really haven't seen any of these guys really play. I mean, Will Campbell, I've heard, but I would almost go with because wide receiver, you don't need a wide out.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you go Ibuka.
I don't think they're going to take him that early, but it's possible, especially who the quarterback is. You could go Tyler Warren at 7. You know, I really wouldn't disagree with seeing the Jets get a pass catcher outside of Garrett Wilson. Who have they had that can consistently create and get their own down the field? You know what I'm saying? Or you could go defensive tackle if Mason Graham falls to you. I think he and Quinnen Williams would be one of the best interior tandems in the National Football League. And I'll be right back. You guys talk.
All right. Yeah, so when it comes to wideouts, I mean, you still have Adam Lazar, and yeah, I mean, it's a bunch of misfit toys again.
Yeah.
But the question is can they keep healthy? Can they keep their linemen healthy? And that's the big issue. Because if Elijah Vera Tucker hasn't had a healthy fucking season all year.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm honestly right now. I'm just kind of interested to see what happens. Like I said, I'm interested to see what Pittsburgh does because they're kind of in the same spot as the Jets. They have a decent team, but that team could also be 7-10. But then, like the magic of the fucking coach never having a losing record like Tomlin. So it's like the question is someone like Aaron Rodgers going to come to Pittsburgh? Because if you draft a quarterback and Aaron decides to show up, what happens? Ryan? I have no idea, dude.
Yeah. Because I honestly don't know what else to go with. Let me see if there's any quick news. I mean, NHL playoffs are going on right now. OV. So, we had history last week. More history last week in the NHL. Right. Did you know that Ovi got his first game winner in overtime in game 1?
I did not.
Hi, I'm back.
In his career. Yeah, Christian, there's pretty much nothing else to talk about the draft unless you had something else.
No, I got nothing. My mock is going to be released tomorrow, about an hour before the draft. The one thing I can say is a lot of draft night is emotional because the dreams of a lot of young men are going to be coming true. Livelihood's going to change, and I just hope a lot of these guys can stay on the right path, or as I like to say, the road to a gold jacket, as Ed Reed likes to say too. The road to a gold jacket begins this weekend. Doesn't matter where you get drafted, get your foot in the door, make a name for yourself, and everything else will pan out.
Yeah. I mean, shit. It's definitely a thing. I mean, just don't be stupid. Look at Shannon Sharp, allegedly.
Mm-hmm. Don't get me started on him.
No, we're gonna cut that. We're gonna cut this episode short before we get into that. I don't think. I think. Ryan, do you have anything you want to add, or are we pretty much done? No.
Done.
Oh, someone just followed us. Thank you, random bunch of letters, for following us.
The fuck's wrong with you?
GGJVFHJJJJK.
There's something wrong with him. Like, are you a cat? All right, let's pull this bitch in the station. I'm tired.
All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is our show. If you like what you heard, follow us on all social media accounts under the Nerd Report Network. Follow us individually on X/Twitter at F and Ronnie.
At Stuntcock STL.
At Daily Blitz _61.
And you can join John at the Zombie Master on X and join us back here beginning of the week as we dive into the world of sports, entertainment, and video games alike, where we find of the dumpster fire variety. But, ladies
Throw it in
and
the
gentlemen,
fire.
what?
Throw it in the fire.
Yep. But, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, if you like what you heard, please tell your friends. If you didn't like what you hear,
Fuck yourself.
tell your enemies, but always remember to tell them 3 things. 1, Bobby would be getting paid. 2, a hot dog is a sandwich. And 3, there is always
Savage.
a teachable moment. And if you don't believe us, then fuck, that's just the fact of life.